How much time till we're on?
We're on, Ron.
What?
We're on the air right now.
I'm ready.
You, welcome to Blues House. This is Blues News. I am your host, Bluminati. This is where we do that deep dive into the heart of entertainment and pop culture. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to guide you through today's hottest topics, headlines, thought-provoking-ish. You know what I'm saying? You know how I get down, man. Get your fresh celebrity scoop of what I got going on, these fresh perspectives and everything on all these social trends, man. You in the right place, man. Let's get started. First up, let's talk a little bit of this Creature Commandos, right? Talk some of this Creature Commandos. Now, with Creature Commandos, the finale was last week or something like that. I really enjoyed this show, man. I really enjoyed this show, man. New series. Well, the first initial series from James Gunn that's introducing the DCU, his DCU. I really had fun with it. Really, like I said, really had fun with it. Let's get into let's let James Gunn talk a little bit about it. Let's see what he had to say about it. Where you at? See what old James Gunn had to say.
This show is its own thing, and every single project that comes out of DC Studios is going to be its own thing. This is we want this to be very different from what Superman is going to be when that comes out. We want Peacemaker to be different from that when that comes out. But also, those are just the things I'm doing. Right now, Anna and Craig are dealing with Supergirl, and it's just going tremendously well. We have Chris and Damon and Tom who are dealing with Lanterns, getting ready to shoot that, and that's been amazingly well. So every one of those things is going to be very different. It's a connected universe, and the Creature Commandos show is definitely its own thing.
So yeah, that's James Gunn speaking on how he was putting the DCU together and starting. He was saying Creature Commandos is its own thing, which if you watched it, man, this thing premiered. Creature Commandos premiered on HBO Max. You know what I'm saying? Unique team of supernatural operatives. If y'all like Guardians of the Galaxy or Suicide Squad, that is this. You know what I'm saying? That is kind of this in a nutshell, but it's not, because it's extra dynamics attached to this. You know what I'm saying? Extra dynamics that's attached to this. And it worked well. You know what I'm saying? The series stands out by merging the horror motifs with the supernatural narratives and everything like that. So it gives a fresh perspective on the genre. I mean, you got the Bride of Frankenstein. The Bride was probably my favorite character. You know what I'm saying? Weasel ends up turning into a very sympathetic character. Like, they all had their flaws, and the thing is, how can I say it? What was so dope about this is we got the opportunity in just these few episodes. I think it was I want to say it was 8 episodes. I want to say it was either between 6 to 8 episodes, but in those 6 to 8 episodes, we got the opportunity to really take a deep dive into all the backstories for all of the creatures, the creatures, so to speak. You know what I mean? Like, we got to really get heavy into that shit, and it was real. It made you sympathetic. It made you feel what they were feeling. You know what I'm saying? And I got to give chef's kiss to James Gunn, man, and tip my hat to him. He really did a dope ass job at showing that, man. That, the animation style, very dope. Dynamic visuals, the atmosphere. The enhancing the tone and the storytelling with the animation, like, it was all there, man. It was all there, man. The even the critics noted on how the animation strikes a balance between the cartoonish aesthetic or something like how Harley Quinn, if y'all like Harley Quinn, on HBO Max, but it also has a more serious approach, a more serious tone of the DC direct to, you know what I'm saying, like that DC EU animated universe. A lot of us really like that. And we always told Warner Brothers at DC, hey, man, if y'all want the movies to really go off, do this DC animated stuff, because y'all DC animated stuff is killer. That shit bang. Y'all need to go do that shit. That shit right there. But, you know, critically, the critics, I would say, really enjoyed it themselves. Nothing but positive reviews for the most part. The AV Club highlighted it as another successful example of how James Gunn is bringing success to these niche characters. Like I said, similar to his work on Guardians of the Galaxy. Screen Rant's Bob Gibbons noted that while the first episode felt a little, you know, reminiscent of what Gunn normally does with the Suicide Squad, how he introduces them, it quickly found its own lane, its own footing, you know, combining elements from Guardians and Suicide Squad to mix all of that up and come out with its own thing. You know what I'm saying? And it actually sets a high bar. Creature Commando sets a very, very high bar, man. It really does a good job in everything it does. You know, the gun effect is evident throughout the series. You know, signature blend of action, comedy, and drama. All of that is there. You know what I'm saying? It plays well into Gunn's strengths. You know what I'm saying? Delivering, like I said, sympathetic storylines. Combine that with these misfits, so it makes you fall in love with these misfits, man. You fall in love with the Bride, you fall in love with the Weasel. You know what I'm saying? Frankenstein. You might get a little mad at Frankenstein and say, hey, he doing a little too much. You know what I'm saying? You like Dr. Phosphorus and Nina. You know what I'm saying? The mermaid girl. You know what I'm saying? Like, these characters you really like, even Rick Flag Sr. Hell, even Amanda Waller. Like, it's just certain elements of all of them that you can kind of really fall in love with when it comes to these characters, man. You know what I'm saying? It's probably the most James Gunn cartoon to ever James Gunn. You know what I mean? Like, this is James Gunn. You know what I'm saying? And if you rock with James Gunn, you're gonna enjoy this. If you don't, it probably turn you off. You know what I'm saying? But this is him all the way. This is his trademark. Everything that you know James Gunn for is done here. You know what I'm saying? It is done here. I think the audience reception is up to par too. Is equally enthusiastic. A lot of discussions happen online. You know what I'm saying? As far as people enjoying the animation, people liking the voice actors, people liking the story, the overall action, the character development. Like this, I won't give it a 10 out of 10, but this is high, man. This is like an 8.5 to me. You know what I'm saying? Just a real fun show. Animation, like I said, I don't even know where to jump off or the good and the bad, because to me it was that's just how good it was to me. Like I said, I love that animation, man. I really enjoyed it. And the character development. We don't get a lot of character development. I'm gonna keep harping on that. We don't get a lot of character development in a lot of these new shows. You know what I'm saying? Or it's so slow with it. You know what I'm saying? So slow with it. This was like, boom, straight up in your face. You get to follow these characters that they do what they do, and either you like it or you don't. You know what I'm saying? Either you like it or you don't. So this is a refreshing addition to the DC animated lineup if you're just looking at it from a solo standpoint. But this is also, like I said, the beginning of James Gunn's DCU. So this is his starting point. This is his starting point. This is where James Gunn starts at. Creature Commandos. Then from Creature Commandos, we're rolling into Superman. Those are two James Gunn projects. So off bat, he's saying, hey, this is me. This is how I'm giving you the DCU. Hopefully you fuck with it. You know? Hopefully you rock with it. If not, I guess you can hop off the train. But I think he got one. I really think he got one. Critics and audience alike, I think, really enjoy Creature Commandos like I did. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I give it like an 8.5, man. 8.5. I'm not going to spoil it, not get into no spoilers or anything like that. But I think you were really, I like how, well, I guess he's done it before, but the main character ended up being, you know what I'm saying, a female, which was the bride. And her story and everything like that just really it kind of makes you relate to what, you know what I'm saying. It makes you relate, or it can make I would say she's a polarizing character in a good way though. Like if you dislike her, it's not like you don't like her as a character, it's like you dislike her because of her antics. You know what I'm saying? Like you dislike her for her antics, but you like her as a character, you like her development. So yeah, Creature Commandos. I'm all in on it, all in on James Gunn and DC, and I will be bringing more DC content soon as much as once he pumps it out. I'm gonna be bringing it to y'all and letting y'all know how I feel about it, because I think this might be the new wave. I think James Gunn might have that new wave. Y'all know what I'm saying? Like it might really be that. It might really be that. So yeah, man. Yeah. All right. Y'all let me know what y'all think about Creature Commandos and James Gunn. Do y'all think he has what it takes to compete in this comic book movie world that we're living in right now? Do you think he has what it takes to compete? I necessarily think he does. I do think he needs to stay off social media though, or limit his social media presence, because he just be on there too much, man. But yeah, y'all let me know what y'all think. Y'all let me know what y'all think about Creature Commandos. Next up, TikTok, man. This TikTok ban is it's a little wild, right? This TikTok stuff is crazy, man. This TikTok stuff is wild. You know what I mean? Wow. I really don't even know where to start with TikTok. I'm not a big TikTok. I'm on TikTok, but I'm not the biggest of TikTok, the biggest TikTok user. So I don't really know where to start. I know a lot of people love TikTok. These kids love it, right? The dances and the information that's assimilated through TikTok, whether it's good or bad, it's real quick. The kids get to get it real quick and get, and engage with the information too. You know what I'm saying? But a potential nationwide ban on TikTok is crazy. It's crazy. I want to talk about the consequences and how far reaching they go. What could be next? You know what I'm saying? It's real crazy. The Supreme Court is currently reviewing federal law that could result in TikTok being banned across the country by January 19, 2025. So that's right around the corner. You know what I'm saying? If you're watching this today, that's right around the corner. The parent company ByteDance needs to sell before January 19th, right? And it's based in China. If they agree to sell the platform, there won't be a ban, because they'll sell it to an American-led company or corporation or something like that. And this action stems from national security concerns with fears that user data could be accessed by the Chinese government, right? That's like I don't want to say I'm teetering on the fence. Like I kind of see both. The way I've been watching, I've been trying to follow it a little bit. The argue, and I'm gonna tell you that they're getting ate up. They're getting ate up in court. TikTok is getting ate up in court. The government lawyers are putting up a hell of a fight when it comes to explaining why there should be a ban on TikTok. Hell of a fight. Now, whether you agree or not, they out there, they kicking TikTok's ass in the courts. You know what I'm saying? The critics, they argue that the ban could infringe on the First Amendment rights, as TikTok serves as a platform for free expression for millions of Americans. And the legal debate centers on balancing national security interest, and constitutional freedoms. That now, and that's the tricky part. They're saying that it could infringe on First Amendment rights of the American people. And how I'm looking at it, like, I don't necessarily think that infringes on the American First Amendment of American people, because this company is a Chinese-based company. Because they're trying to say that TikTok has First Amendment rights, but it's a Chinese-based company. And Chinese companies don't have rights under the Constitution. They just don't. And I know the pivot is, well, it's about infringing on First Amendment rights of TikTok users. That's when it gets a little tricky. That's when I'm kind of out of my depth, and I need to do a little bit more research and see and read a little bit more. But I still don't necessarily lean towards keeping TikTok. And I'm just talking about on the legality situation. I don't have an issue with TikTok myself, but the way that they are arguing against TikTok, I kind of see why. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't, how can I put it? If I don't even know how to really explain it. If you had an enemy, you wouldn't let that enemy's tech inside your house that could possibly spy on you, right? You just wouldn't have that. And I think that's what they're arguing. Like, cool, I know y'all like TikTok, but these dudes could possibly be taking y'all information and using it against y'all. China could possibly be taking United States of America's citizens' info and using it against the citizen of America. And I feel that. I think that's, and like I said, I'm not well versed or even abreast on everything that's going on, but if that's what they're saying, I kind of feel that. The debate really centers on balancing national security interests with constitutional freedoms. And I don't, if this wasn't a corporation and if this was a person, it's a hard one. And you know what I'm saying? It's like really, really a hard one. I'm trying to, I don't know. It's shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's real crazy. So here is what's really to know. Is TikTok banned? As of right now, no, TikTok is not banned, but the short form video sharing app could shut down in less than 2 weeks, like I said, as of around January 19th, if the Supreme Court issues an order to uphold the law, which was passed by Congress back in April, right? April of last year. Now, when will the court decide on this case? Supreme Court can normally take months to issue decisions, but it seems like they are trying to do this quicker, a little bit more expedited, because we have, turnover going on when we got Trump coming into office. So I'm pretty sure they want to rule on this ASAP, preferably before he takes office. I think would be the best thing to do. You know what I'm saying? And what would a ban mean? If TikTok isn't sold to an approved buyer, the federal law would prohibit digital stores from offering the app. So that means your app store, if you got Apple, the Apple store would not have TikTok on it. If you're an Android user, the Google Play Store would not have TikTok in it anymore, right? And it will bar internet hosting services from hosting TikTok. So that means you can't even go online to look at TikTok or to get TikTok. Your ISPs will not allow you to go to TikTok. It says users who already have had the app will continue to have access to it, but will no longer be able to receive updates. So you will have access, you'll be able to get there, but you know what I'm saying, whatever. And when I say updates, I think how I took it as updates from TikTok itself, like a patch or something like that. But they might be even talking about, like, you can get on there, but then whatever, let's say somebody posts something, it won't be updated. Your feed will not be updated. So it's one of those two things. You know what I'm saying? It's one of those two things. Now, historically, the U.S. has scrutinized foreign-owned apps over security concerns, but a nationwide ban of this magnitude has always seemed unprecedented. The outcome of this case could set a significant precedent for how such matters are handled in the future. So we will see this case is real important. I don't think a lot of people understand how important this case is when it comes to foreign-led companies, apps, and situations like this, because it's a lot of foreign-led companies out here. It's a lot of foreign-led apps on these app stores. It's a lot of foreign-led companies that we use and patronize every single day, right? So this is gonna start this. If it's a ban, like a nationwide ban, not being able to use something, it's gonna set some precedents. Now the thing is, China bans American stuff. You know what I'm saying? I think Britain banned TikTok as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, so this won't be the first of its kind. America won't be the first of a kind to ban TikTok, or to even have a ban where we ban enemy of the state's technology, so to speak. Like, there are no Chinese cars over here. Like, China has cars, some dope stuff, right? But you don't see Chinese cars on the road over here in America. You just don't. You don't. I was looking, I was online, and it was this dope car. Come to find out, it was the dude was actually, I think he was over in China. He was actually, doing a review of the car. Black dude doing a review of the car. It was dope. Had the screens. Y'all see the Tesla screens? How I got the big. It had all of this. I mean, just magnificent on the inside. That car never see the light of day over here in America. Never see the light of day over here in America. They just don't trust China. You know what I'm saying? Don't trust it like that. They don't trust it like that. So, in the event of a ban, the users might consider migrating to other apps, other platforms. You got, you might see an influx of people returning back to Twitter. Might see an influx of people coming over to Instagram, YouTube, other emerging competitors. Today I was reading that Isaac Hayes III's fan base is now in the top 10 social media apps in the app store. You know what I'm saying? So fan base, go check out. This ain't an ad for fan base, but go check out fan base. You know what I'm saying? He's allowing you also to buy into it. So if that's something you might want to think about, do you want to be a part owner in an app? You can go and buy in of said app right now. Fan base. You know what I'm saying? That might be something that makes you come over there. And it also kind of emulates TikTok with the things that they do. I think it emulates majority of these apps. But a lot of these apps emulate each other anyway. It's just the algorithm. And that was one thing TikTok was arguing, was the algorithm and its algorithm. And that's what makes it so different than all the other apps. Like, because the argument was, well, if we ban TikTok, can't they just go to Instagram? Can't they just go here? And TikTok was like, they can, but it won't be the same. It won't be TikTok. Even if they were saying, even if they divested from ByteDance, right? If they divest from ByteDance, they won't have that algorithmic technology to bring with them, because that is ByteDance's. That is China's tech. So let's say they do cut off from ByteDance. TikTok will no longer be TikTok. It won't be the same, because that algorithm, that protocol won't come over with it. That's the big thing. And I think that's the thing that is not being spoken about enough. Yeah, you ban TikTok, or yeah, you sell TikTok, but now it's a totally different app. It's a totally different thing. It won't work the same. You know what I'm saying? What's making TikTok, what's making the users love TikTok is the algorithm, is how it puts people in front of all of these thousands of people. It is the way that they can sell goods and you know what I'm saying, like I said, disseminate information. You know what I'm saying? Let's look at some pros and cons. Look at some pros and cons of this situation. So we got some pros and cons here. TikTok poses this is a pro. This is it's a pro of selling, right? This is a pro of selling. TikTok poses a threat to U.S. national security, serving as a propaganda arm for the Chinese Communist Party, right? That is give me 1 second. I'm sorry, y'all. That is a pro why you should sell. A con to that is TikTok is no more a threat than American-owned social media sites that also collect and sell user data. That's a fight that they've been having. That's a fight that I've been having. Let's go back to this pro. We know TikTok may seem filled with innocuous cat videos and dance challenges. Chinese law requires that Chinese companies share information they gather with the Chinese Communist Party, the CCP, which includes users' private data. The CCP's laws require Chinese companies like ByteDance to spy on their behalf. That means any Chinese company must grant the CCP access and manipulation capabilities as a design feature. This is explained by U.S. Representative Kathy McMorris Rogers, right? Well, let's tackle all the pros first. Let's tackle all the pros. Pro 2, TikTok is rife with dangerous misinformation that the government can and should rightfully ban. 19.4% of, make this a little bit smaller. Let's do it like this. 19.4% of TikTok videos contain misinformation, according to a September 2022 report. From tutorials to make dangerous drugs at home to extremist false political views, misleading clips of speeches to deep fake videos. TikTok not only contains but promotes dangerous, inaccurate, and inappropriate information. While misinformation is a problem in and of itself, the concern is magnified significantly because, according to Google data, TikTok is being used as the primary search engine of Generation Z. So much that the Wall Street Journal called the app the new Google in 2022. So they're saying TikTok is the new. Now, when I was growing up, it was the encyclopedia and the dictionary, right? TikTok for this new generation is the encyclopedia and its dictionary, right? Let's look at Pro 3 as to why they should sell. Pro 3 says a tough on China approach is needed to safeguard the United States and its citizens. China's growing national security concern for the United States. The FBI cautions that the counterintelligence and economic espionage of efforts emanating from the government of China and the Chinese Communist Party are a grave threat to the economic well-being and democratic values of the United States. Right? Mitt Romney sponsored the Bipartisan Restrict Act, said Congress has recognized that this Chinese Communist Party is not our dear friend. Any question about what China intends to do and what authoritarians intend to do is able to be seen by their treatment of the people in Hong Kong, right? You can see what authoritarians want to do by watching what Russia is doing in Ukraine. We have to recognize that we face geopolitical adversaries that are serious and threaten our security, our prosperity, and even the peace and freedom that we enjoy. Now, do y'all agree with the reasons? These are the reasons why they should sell. Do y'all agree with those reasons? Do y'all think this is a national security issue? Do you think China will take your data and sell it, use it against you? Do you think we need a hard on tough on China approach? Do you think it's a lot of misinformation out there being just thrown about and disseminated? We just had a big election. What was going on TikTok during you know what I'm saying, during the campaign? Those are some of the reasons why they're saying that they should sell. Now let's get into some of the reasons why they say they should not sell. We talked about this. Con 1, TikTok is no more a threat to American-owned social media sites that also collect and sell user data. The Washington Post and research at the University of Toronto Citizen Lab both examined TikTok independently and came to the conclusion that TikTok does not appear to collect any more data than your typical mainstream social network. In fact, Facebook and Google both collect more personal data from users than TikTok does. That's what they say. That's what they say. They argue that governments around the world are ignoring their duty to protect citizens' private information, allowing big tech companies to exploit user information for gain. Governments should try to better protect user info instead of focusing on one particular app without good evidence. What I would call for is more evidence-based policy. They say y'all need to do y'all job and protect the citizens. Maybe this is how they protect the citizens. Maybe this is how they protect the citizens. Con 2, on why they shouldn't, or con 2 on why they should sell. Like this is the reason why they shouldn't sell. I'm sorry. TikTok has no more dangerous information than other social media sites, and attempts to ban it are unconstitutional. For the average user, TikTok appears no more risky than Facebook. That's not entirely a compliment, explains technology columnist Jeffrey Fowler. No government, as far as we know, has ever told Americans what they can or can't download from an app store or access on the web. TikTok states in a response to Montana's ban. Banning TikTok would violate the First Amendment of the United States Constitution. As activist Evan Gray explains, the United States government can't ban you from posting or watching TikTok videos any more than they could stop you from reading a foreign newspaper like the Times of India or writing an opinion piece for The Guardian. That's a good point. That's a good point. That is a good point. Real good point. Let's go to 3. Singling out China and TikTok for recriminations is xenophobic and rank political theater. That's what they say. According to the Encyclopedia Britannica, I knew that encyclopedia was going to come back up, y'all. I knew it. Xenophobia is the fear and contempt of strangers or foreigners or anything designated as foreign, or a conviction that certain foreign individuals and cultures represent a threat to the authentic identity of one's own nation state and cannot integrate into the local society peacefully. Okay, that's what xenophobia means. In other words, TikTok bans are being considered solely because the U.S. and the state governments fear China. Oh man, that's a good. It's as I'm reading this, it's some debate. It's some heat coming from both sides, man. It's some heat coming from both sides. Yikes! It's some heat coming from both sides. Like I see both sides. I really do. Can we trust as on a government? Because if China, this is the thing. If China did do something, if China went and was stealing all that information and selling it and doing all types of stuff like that, the people would be mad. Why did you allow China and TikTok? And the people would be mad. And then they'll want certain sanctions. They'll want certain protocols set forth so something like this can happen again. But then at the same time, it's that newspaper thing. Even though it's not the same, I get it. Like, can we get a Chinese newspaper? But I guess I don't know. Do we add the Chinese newspapers? Like, are we columnists? I'll put it to you like that. Are we columnists on Chinese newspapers? That's the thing. The more I think about it, it's like if I'm writing and telling all the information about what's going on in America in a Chinese newspaper, the day-to-day, how people work and things like that. Man, it's a weird one. It's like back in the day with the Cold War, right? In Russia, Red Scare. Who's a commie? Are you a commie? Back in the day, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. This is it's a hard one. This is a hard one, ladies and gentlemen. I really don't know. I really don't know where to fall at with this one. You know, I really don't know where to fall at with this. This is crazy. This is crazy. This is a good. I might need to call. I might need to holler at Tina. We might need to talk about this. This is good stuff here, man. This is good stuff. You know what I'm saying? As the Supreme Court, as they keep the deliberations going, because they still doing it. Us as the people we watching closely. I'm pretty sure everybody watching closely. I've seen some stuff on TikTok, Instagram. They got the funeral of the TikTok funeral happening. And black folks, we go all overboard with it. the lady crying at the funeral over TikTok. Oh Lord, it's wild, man. It's wild. But yeah, this decision is going to impact, America. It's really going to impact America, especially a lot of the Americans that have businesses that operate through TikTok. That's what's really going to hurt, because for the most part, the dance videos and all of that, that could happen any and everywhere. But the businesses, like I said, the businesses that are ran through TikTok, that's really gonna hurt people. That is really gonna hurt people, man. It's really gonna hurt people. But this does raise these questions about security, free speech, and this digital landscape, man. I don't think the stop gaps or the proper things have ever been put in place when it comes to the internet. You know what I'm saying? The internet is still kind of like the wild, wild west. There's what rules, what protocols do you follow when you get online? You know what I'm saying? Just what is there? You really don't know, right? You really don't know. It's just, like I said, it's the wild, wild west. It's the wild, wild west. A lot of things it's not even just it used to be the dark web, the dark web is the web now, right? The dark web is the web. We see people dying on TikTok. We see assaults on TikTok, SA on TikTok. Things that we shouldn't, necessarily be seeing. And let me not just keep calling out TikTok, on social media. Let me do it like that. It's a lot of stuff, that we're seeing. A lot of people are desensitized to it because we are, kids are seeing this stuff early. I remember, when the news would put out something that might have been graphic, they'll let you know it's graphic, and they still wouldn't show it. They'll just say it's graphic, and it'll still be blurred and censored. Now, ain't nothing blurred, ain't nothing censored. It is live, direct in your face. So I don't know, man. This is a good fight. This is a good fight. This is one of them, and I'm not gonna say I hate it had to be TikTok, Not gonna say that I hate it had to be TikTok, but they picked one, and it just so happened to be attached to China, so it made them easier to attack it. So I kind of understand it. I kind of get it. But it's gonna be a sad day. It's gonna be a sad day for the TikTok users and things. And I'm just not, like I said, I'm not a big TikTok person, but I'm starting to get a little traction on TikTok. Starting to get a little traction on TikTok just now. So, man, it's going. Thoughts and prayers. That's all I got to say on both sides. Whatever side of the fence you owe, thoughts and prayers, man. Thoughts and prayers. Yes, indeed. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this TikTok ban. This is a good one. Please let me know what y'all think about this TikTok ban. On to the next, though. Let's talk about this. Oh man, let's talk about these LA fires, y'all. Let's talk about these LA fires. These LA fires it's wild out here in these streets with LA. Right. Devastated the LA area, you know what I'm saying? It's been going on. I don't even know how long it's been going on right now, but man, it's crazy out there. And I got people out there. I've checked in with them. They're good. Some of them in said areas and some not. But Southern California, man, they hurting right now. They hurting. Severe wildfires, a trend attributed to factors such as prolonged drought conditions, high temperatures, and strong Santa Ana winds. And with these elements combined, it makes a tinderbox just ready for ignition. Any kind of spark, any kind of ember floating in the wind could just make things go whoosh, you know, and start a fire. You know, the recent fires have been a devastating impact on local communities in LA, and alone over 10,000 structures have been destroyed. And it's been, I think it's up to double digits in lives lost as of right now. A lot of families, you know, are coming back and finding their homes just totally reduced to ashes, man. And now they got to think about rebuilding their lives. You know what I'm saying? How can they get their life back? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a hard. I'm gonna let the news people talk a little bit. I think they probably know a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? Let them talk about it. Let's see what they got to say here.
Wind speeds are picking back up across Southern California following a weekend of calmer conditions that did allow crews to fight the wildfires that are still just raging in that area. The Palisades fire and the Eaton fire, the two largest wildfires in the area, are only 13% and 33% contained, respectively. In all, at least 24 people have died. More than 24 people are still missing, and more than 40,000 acres have burned.
40,000 acres. And so at least 24 people have died. Man, my condolences to those people and their families, man. Thoughts and prayers. 24 match. I can't even imagine that. I remember this reminds me of Katrina, you know. And I was in the military during this time, and remember the ship going down and, you know, helping, trying to figure out what to do down there, man. I'm pretty sure this is something similar. You know, I don't want to compare the two, but to me, this just seems similar, man. It just seems similar.
This morning, Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass praised the people of her city who are helping those in need.
Angelenos, as we continue to experience the shock, the grief, and the anger, we have to stand together, and it is in that spirit that we have seen hundreds, if not thousands, of Angelenos traveling all around the region to deliver supplies, clothes, whatever they think might help the victims of these fires.
CBS News correspondent Adam Yamaguchi reports from the Pacific Palisades neighborhood about 20 miles west of downtown Los Angeles.
Lindsay, I'm standing at the entrance to what used to be a home here in the Pacific Palisades. I'm seeing nothing but destruction all around me in this neighborhood, with the exception of a few structures that are still standing in place. Everything else seems to be wiped out. In fact, 75% of this area is said to have been completely decimated, and it's only when I look off into the horizon that I can see intact structures in rows. That just marks how much devastation there is. Firefighters are continuing at this point to work on building further containment lines. The containment levels stand at around 14% as of this morning. And they had a window of opportunity this weekend when the winds died down significantly with a short amount of time to try to, again, build those containment lines. Those are the buffer zones that surround a fire to prevent them from hopping over and spreading using all the fuel that's in the way. And they do that by clearing out brush, clearing out debris of structures that were partially burned, again, in the hopes of preventing what we saw last week from continuing. Now, again, there has been a lull for the last few days, last couple days, I should say, but those winds are expected to come back and come back strong. The National Weather Service has issued another red flag warning of the highest designation. That is a particularly dangerous situation that is expected to start at around 4 a.m. local time overnight and continue into the afternoon tomorrow. So by no means are we out of the woods, and officials across the city are urging people to continue to stay away from these evac zones so that the firefighters and officials can do what they need to do to prevent further damage.
That's wild. And it looks like a damn war zone out there, man. It just, oh man, I hate it for those people, man. I really do hate it for those people. Oh, that's like I said, I couldn't even fathom fathom that, man. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, 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 crazy. Now, in response to this crisis, various organizations and government agencies have mobilized to provide assistance. Salvation Army, for example, they're actively supporting wildfire survivors by offering shelter, food, emotional support through the Emergency Disaster Fund. So, if you can help, I'm pretty sure you can go to Salvation Army's website. You know what I'm saying, and figure out how to donate there. I think also Goodwill is doing some things. Red Cross, you know, it's various organizations out there. If you can, I'm pretty sure you can just Google one and, you know, help. There's some GoFundMe's up. You could possibly help that way. You know what I'm saying? It's just bad, man. I don't even know what to say. Don't even know what to say when it comes to that. Really don't. Really don't. Now, the environmental toll on these wildfires is, you know, it's equally concerning. Local wildlife, the ecosystems, major damage out that way. The habitats being destroyed, species displaced or even lost. You know what I'm saying? Recovery efforts are underway, trying to focus on habitat recovery and provide care for injured animals. That's another thing too. We you know what I'm saying, us as human beings, we think about ourselves, but also, you know, the wildlife out there, or pets and other things of that nature. You know what I'm saying? California has a massive wildlife population, whether it's bears, whether it's mountain lions, and, you know what I'm saying, just other wildlife out there, coyotes or whatever, you know what I'm saying, displaced. So that creates more tension, because when those animals leave their habitat that they're naturally in, now they start inhabiting areas where human beings are, which can also cause a problem. You see, so these wildfires aren't just costing, you know, human beings to lose their homes. That once the humans start gathering in a certain place, the animals have to find a place to gather too. You know, and there will that separation is gone. You know what I'm saying? So it's that too. You know what I'm saying? It's that too. Now, looking ahead, is crucial for individuals and communities to adopt proactive measures to mitigate the effects of future wildfires. That includes creating defensible space around properties, adhering to local fire regulations, and staying informed about evacuating procedures. So make sure, you know, you have no brush around. Make sure if you have a fire going that is properly put out, you know what I'm saying? Be proactive to mitigate fires from happening again. That's the best thing that you can really do, you know, when it comes to these certain situations. So it's like I said, I'm not no expert when it comes to these fires. I also hear, you know what I'm saying, that they've arrested some people who are also putting or starting fires themselves, which is great. I don't even know what to say about that. You got this wildfire that occurred naturally, you know what I'm saying, or with minimal human interaction, and then you got the dumb humans out here who are starting fires themselves. I don't get that. I don't understand that. That's crazy. And then I'm also hearing things about the insurance companies. The insurance companies not doing their jobs when it comes to insuring these properties. Yeah, they go lose. Yeah, but if these people been paying on their policies, you got to stick to the policy. I don't care if everybody is insured by this one company and it took out the whole neighborhood. That's the risk you as a insurance company takes, and you need to pay these people out. You can't abandon them. You can't do that. That's crazy to me, man. You can't do that. You can't do that. Can't do that. Cannot do that, man. You know, man. Now these wildfires, they show an urgent need for comprehension strategies when addressing prevention and response. And this just ain't got nothing to do with what, you know, not just wildfires, but a lot of these natural disasters that can be prevented or can be mitigated. It's gonna make a lot. I'm telling you, California government gonna look at, or they better look at, how to, you know what I'm saying? Because every year is fires, right? Every year is fires. They got fire resistant homes and things of that nature, but they're gonna have to start. It's something they got to do. They got to look at how these fires start, how they, you know what I'm saying? Do they dig a ditch? Do they, I don't know what the, you know what I'm saying? It's something that they got to do. It's something that they got to do to mitigate these things for this wild, especially when with these winds going crazy and just carrying stuff the way that it did, you know. It's so, like I said, my thoughts and prayers is to everybody out there in Southern California, the Palisades, LA, wherever the fires have been. If if you lost your house, your home, relatives, family members, my thoughts and my prayers is with you, and hope it can be rebuilt. Just remember that if you haven't lost your life, things can be replaced and rebuilt. You know what I'm saying? And hopefully everybody is coming together to help one another. It's really what it's about. Come together and help one another. So yeah, y'all let me know. Talk about it in the comments. So yeah, that's another episode of Blues News. I appreciate everybody who rocked with me, man. Appreciate everybody who came to the house, kicked it with your homie, man. Don't forget the memberships are open if you want to become a member. We're doing this every day. I'm dropping these videos, trying to drop these videos every day. So I want y'all to come kick it to the house, support the video, support the stuff that I'm doing, man. You know what I'm saying? If you want to donate, the Cash App is right there. $Bluminati, BLUMINATI. If you want to donate, you can do that as well. You ain't got to, but it would help in bringing these videos to life. You know what I'm saying? And with equipment and things of that nature. If you like it. If you don't, you don't, But yeah, thanks for visiting the house, man. I hope y'all enjoyed today's episode. Don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more unfiltered opinions and more engaging news. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, join that community so you can stay informed, entertained, and inspired. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep it real, y'all. I'm Bluminati, and I'm out.